Shalom unto the elect. And this is what the elect will do. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11. And he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers, giving all honor and glory and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point, like majority of the lessons that I do. And here in this verse, it goes to show you the Lord's body, the Lord's moving vehicle, the Lord's vessel. You got to understand Yahushai is the same as the Lord. He has the same spirit, the same mindset, the same values, of course. But they're two different people. God and who the world so only calls Jesus Christ, true name Yahushai, they are two different separate entities, but they are of the same spirit, of the same mind, because a lot of people get that confused. It's a stumbling block. They believe Yahushai is Yahweh, vice versa, or both, just all kinds of bugged out, opinions. And then verse 12 reads, for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach. And why I'm reading this is because, where this lesson not originated from, but where I got the inspiration to do this lesson was from the Apostle Avraham Lab, and he got the inspiration from another brother to do his lesson. So it's crazy how the spirit work. Everyone could just be landbacking off each other, And I'm going into the word edification real quick, or edifying. And I believe that word means to build up, the definition. Oh, yeah. All right, there we go. You see, building up, So we're building up that temple, spiritually, that ark, because we know this is a short time. But something that the apostle said that led me to doing this is he was talking about anti-Hamashiachim, Antichrist, and he was saying what they are. And Antichrist is anti-Hamashiachim are people who pretty much are not with the Lord. Because you have to understand, in this thing, there is a little in between, but there's really no in between. You're going to understand what I'm saying, Lord, willing, through the Spirit, once I'm done explaining this. So it's either you're with the Lord or you're not with the Lord. It's either you're of the elect or you're not of the elect. That in between that I'm speaking of is 2/3 only. 2/3 of the nation of Israel, so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, so-called, because those aren't real words. Those are just bywords, given to us in our captivity. Right now, we're still in captivity, although we're not in hardcore bondage and slavery. We still have these, what could I say? We're still bonded, Issachar, so-called Mexicans are still working till they die. But let me stick to the point. Yeah, so the wicked of our people, they're really the only in between, because, they're you could say they're in the bowels. They're in the womb of the elect, because they're going to come out again, through the elect. But, right now on this side, speaking now through the Spirit, there's no in between. So therefore, if you're not with the Lord, if you're not helping this ministry, if you're not pushing, forth fruit, good fruit, then you're really not of the Lord, And you have to understand this. There are many ways, as you can see in verse 11, to help the Lord's ministry, man. Help the Lord's body, help the Lord's people, help the Lord's cause. This isn't carnal, So it's not like the Black Panther Party where you just do simple things, or you might just do nigga things, or you do things of the flesh constantly. There's many various ways, as we know through the scriptures, whether if it may be through charity, because we know charity forgiveth the multitude of sins. Whether if it be you prophesy, because you prophesying, you're unctioning, and you're introducing the Lord. It says apostles, so those who are sent forth, because. So yeah. I don't want to say because. I want to continue upon helping of the Lord's ministry. Because it says those who put their hand off the plow aren't fit for the kingdom, which is, really of the Lord. It's Yahushai's kingdom. It's not going to be Esau's kingdom. It's going to be Yashar Allah, meaning Israel or Jacob. And, Yahushai is, he's an Israelite. He's a part of Yashar Allah. He's the king of Yashar Allah, Of course, there'll be other kings, but he's the King of Kings, you know? And yeah, let's think about it from a carnal on an earthly perspective. Even though the kingdoms are going to be on the earth, I was just saying, let's think about it like on the perspective that we are in now, because we're not in our prime, you know. Our prime is really us in these new bodies, man. You know, us in righteousness and perfection. But yeah, on a carnal level, you know, you have the U.S. military. Let me see how many different jobs are in the military. How many different how many jobs are in the military? Because for you to be in the military, for you to be with the military, for you to aid the military, you don't have to be on the frontline battlefield, you know, which is a great honor, of course, which is not a small task, of course. There are more than 800 different types of jobs available in the various branches. Okay, so maybe it's because they're talking about the different branches, but I'm trying to find out in one branch. What are the most? Are they saying what are the easiest? What are the 18 army branches? But yeah, man. The point being is there are numerous jobs, you know, for a moving vessel. So these people have nurses, they have doctors, they have psychologists, they have a team that studies things, they have soldiers that go on the front line, they have dudes that make the weapons, you know, they got people who cook, they have chefs, they got people who clean. You got some that do the dirty work, the hard work, the middle work, you know, and it's the same thing with the Lord's church, man. You know, you got some who are on the battlefield, you know, week in and week out, you know, fighting those demons, casting down the strongholds, you know, in the midst, you know, of Satan. You got some who don't have that ability, or who don't have that, who the Lord hasn't given that spirit unto, for them to maybe be out there, but they're doing edifying lessons from home, you know, whether if it be sit downs, you know, or passing out pamphlets, you know, getting the word out. You got those who have dreams, you know. You have sisters who cook, who sew for the ministry. You got some who are artists. You know, you got brothers who make anointing oils. You have brothers who make garments. I'm trying to just think, but we can go on and so forth, you know. So it's really every brick counts, you know. This thing is a brick by brick thing. You can't be in the spirit of, I am, you know, the Lord's dealing directly with me. I'm the heart of the Lord's body. You know, now knowledge is puffing you up, and now you're getting arrogant, you know, because, you know, it says there are 800 different jobs in the bone. How many different bones are in the body? You know, because if we were to, like, you know, 206, you know, because if we're man of the Lord, you know, there's so many different body parts. This is just the bones, man. You know, every bone counts, man. Every part of your body counts, man. If you don't think it counts, you know what I want you to do? Take a knife to the body, to the body part that you don't think counts, and just stab at it, or poke at it, or cut it open, and then wake up tomorrow and let me know if you still agree. If you agree, well, hey, you know. But I'm likely to believe that wouldn't be the wisest choice for you. That whatever you think doesn't matter, I'm pretty sure that matters. You know, brothers who are dealing with different ailments know how much, you know, that body part matter. A pinky might be insignificant because you don't think about it all the time. You don't use this shit as often, you know, to yourself. But let something be in your ear. Let you need to get something in a small crevice spot, you know, or let it be broken. Let's see if you don't feel the pain, you know. I don't want to rumble, you know, spew out mumbo jumbo, but, you know, I just wanted to hearken on to this, you know. And guess what? If you're in the Lord's way, if you're in the way of the Lord's men, of his teaching, of his preachings, of his gospel, of his coming, you are anti-Mashiachim. You know, you're antichrist. You know, you're perverting the scriptures. You know, you're hindering the spirit. You know, that you coming in the spirit of Satan, like you are the Most High, man. You know, it says, you know, I could bring out a ton of scriptures, you know, but I just wanted to hearken on to this. I wanted this to be the center focal point of my lesson. But it says in the scriptures, nothing could be done until here, let me just get that real quick. Well, for the truth, but for the truth. You know, you've done against the truth, but for the truth. So yeah, this is no small game, you know, and hey, you falling out this thing is the same thing as you falling out of a military branch. It's not the same, Salakia. There's different consequences, of course, but you can kind of mirror them the same. What do they call it? They call it a dishonorable discharge, man. When you fall out this thing, you put the Lord into open shame, man. You now have taken the cross, or you now have taken the image, or you now have taken the characteristics of an anti-Mashiachian, man. Unless you come back, you know, you repent, you know, you stand down to the end. 2 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 8, for we can do nothing against the truth but for the truth. So this thing's impenetrable, man. So you come in here and you trying to penetrate it however you come, you know, because Satan comes in so many different ways. Right when you think you got Satan, he has another different trick, you know. But you know, you coming in that spirit, you know, trying to do something against the truth. That's an anti-Mashiachian ways, man. And this is to perfect, you know, so we got to perfect this body. So, you know, that's why I said Yahweh Shai not coming as a man, man. Everything going to be done. A lot of work going to be, you know, set forth, you know, all the warnings, all the judgments, you know, it's going to be right, man. That's why I said it's going to be right, man. You know, not that the Lord's staying ready, so he don't got to get ready. Of course, the Lord's already ready, but we just perfecting everything, man. Everything else is just coming into fruition, man, you know, because everything got to be done at an appointed time. The Lord could come right now, but Yahweh hasn't appointed him to. You know, he needs more events to come down. He needs those visions that John seen to come down. To come into play, you know, uproars, famines, you know, a lot of shit got to come into play. Obviously, we got to steadfast. We got to wait, you know, which isn't a fun part in this flesh. I wish the Lord would come back yesterday, but it is what it is. We pray that we be saved when he does, but man, this is to build up the body of Mashiach, man. You know, and that's why it says, you know, if you're offending his little ones, you better have to be casted in stone, because you are perverting, or not perverting, but you are hindering the spirit, man. He don't need, you know, the Lord don't need nobody, but you know, the elect are the apple of his eye. The elect are sensitive unto him, so you can't fuck with him, because he don't need them, but, you know, he uses them. So he kind of needs them, if that makes sense. You know, he don't need, you know, Lord, when we are the elect, but let's say we are, he doesn't need us, but, you know, he uses us. So he kind of, I'm going to leave it at that, because I don't want to add on to the scriptures, you know, and I don't want to confuse nobody, but I get what I'm trying to say. You know, Lord, I'm not, you know, sounding bugged out to nobody, but Lord, when it says edifying, straight to the point, you know, this is all for the perfection of the body of Mashiach, man. Every brick counts. Shalom.